Welcome to the Atlanta Real Estate Podcast. Our mission is to highlight Atlanta, the lifestyle, the amazing homes, communities, industry professionals, and the exceptional Atlanta real estate agents who make it all happen, so buyers and sellers can make better decisions about where to live and which agent is right for you. I'm your host, Mike Miller, and today I want to introduce a new member of the team, Shelly Miller. Give her a big round of applause. It's great to have you aboard. You may not know, but Shelly's been behind the scenes the entire time. And it's not like we're, an old channel by any means, but, Shelly's the one who's been doing all of the camera work and all the social and uploading everything to YouTube and all that stuff. So really appreciate you and glad that you're now a part of the team and people get to see who you are.
Me too. I'm excited about it because I love houses and I am a home buyer. I am trying to find us our house.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that Shelly wants like a, we have special needs. So she has like a 1 in a million task to find, the perfect home that could fit all of our needs and even help our family and stuff like that. But anyway, Shelly's been looking at homes a lot, and we thought what would be fun is, so I see things as an appraiser. She sees things as the buyer. And last week we did a video at Toll Brothers Brookmeade. Yes. Really nice home.
Very nice.
And we thought we would just like go through it and kind of talk about it because these are $1 million homes, right? So they're not $3 million homes, but they are $1 million homes. And they have a certain functionality, certain amenities, right?
Right.
And so the things that it has that a lot of like $300,000 homes don't have is it's interesting. And so I thought that having Shelly tell you how she feels would actually be really fun for everyone. I know that it will be for me. So
me too.
Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna if you're watching on YouTube, I'm gonna play the video in the background, but let's just roll through this and see the video and, just discuss it as we go. So first off, it's a 2-story home. This one didn't have a basement, which is pretty nice. It is it's a large home, but even though it's 2 stories, it doesn't feel like it's too big. Do you think?
I don't, but that community has so many houses with basements that are on basements that I would like a basement.
Yeah, I would too. And what's funny is now I'm not sure about every price range, but other homes that I've appraised in Forsyth County, that had basements, it was actually hard to find basements that were comps. And so that's interesting that Toll Brothers Brookmeade has.
The majority of their home sites have basements.
Exactly. So right on the first floor, there's a office. And we were thinking about it, and it seems like, here, I'll just pause it right there so everyone can see if you're on YouTube.
Well, and let's back up. Yeah. So what I love is when they have a furnished model home.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. I love everything about it. It gives me ideas. It also shows me new things or things that I might want.
Yeah.
So they have this community has this model home.
Exactly.
You can go look at every day of the week. It's open every day.
Yeah, and it's really nice. And I think it was Michael.
Yes.
He's a very nice guy. So he'll show you around and walk you through it. Now, I will say this is a community that everyone's trying to get in. So,
yes, they are.
There's
a wait list, apparently. We just found out.
Exactly. The thing about this office that's interesting is you'd have to change it around in order to get 2 desks in there. Right. And you could do it like someone could look out the window and then someone could look out the other windows, but you'd have to separate it. It wouldn't flow as well as this does now.
Yeah. I love how it's situated, but and it's one of our things that we might want to we have a need for. We always work in a large office together.
Yep.
So that we make room for that in our house. However, a lot of homes now are having 2 rooms up front. One is the dining room, one is an office. So
Right.
that you basically can see each other. And we're noticing that a lot of people have offices like that. And I'm starting to really like it.
Yeah.
The
me
thing
too.
about this house, though, is it's not both rooms up front. So it's not an office and a dining room up front.
Right.
So you wouldn't be able to see each other. You'd have to go in a jog, let's put it that way. It isn't one large room or 2 rooms right next to each other open.
Right. Yeah. And this one has a dining room up front, which could be used as an office. And the reason I say that is because there's also a large breakfast area.
Right.
Yeah. Like as I roll through here, you'll see it. So I just got to figure out how, there we go. So
And that see-through fireplace is really cool.
yeah, the see-through
I
fireplace.
really like it. It sees into the family room.
Yeah. It's an extra added touch that's just really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's the kitchen. So with this kitchen, the what do you call it? This is an island. It's an island, right?
Yes.
So it has several features. First off, the island is parallel to the back wall where the range is, or the cooktop is in this one, right?
Yes.
And so it's parallel, not perpendicular.
Right.
Perpendicular kind of always feels like a galley kitchen, even if it's big.
Right. And I never understand when they put it in that position, because now instead of having all of the openness that you wanted to have a kitchen and a family room together,
Yeah.
You are not facing the family room.
Right.
So I look at it in every house I go to now. I do not want a kitchen that this bar is not facing the couch and the fireplace and the TV.
Yeah.
To have it, we've been into so many houses where the bar is the other way. So you're still like looking to your left to see the family over there.
Right.
It's not, in my opinion, it's not situated properly.
Right.
This is open. This is completely open concept.
Yeah, which I love. And that's the thing is, you like to cook, but you also want to be a part of the family. You don't want to be in
Right.
the back of the house, stuck in like a little area where no one can see you.
Right.
And you're all alone, right?
Unless you are, you get to have this house, which has the little kitchen, so you can have somebody back there cooking and still be out with your family. So
yeah, there's a butler's
there's a butler's kitchen. Yes.
Yeah, or a chef's kitchen. No, this is the chef's kitchen. I'm not up on all the lingo yet.
I think it's a butler's kitchen.
Okay. And so, but this way you could be cooking and, watch TV or watch the kids who are playing in the living room. What do you think about having the sink in the island?
I love that even more,
Really?
because that's the other thing I'm mostly doing in the kitchen. I'm at the sink.
Okay.
So the sink should be there. I've also seen it where it was situated like this, really wonderful, but the sink was behind. So you're still, the family is behind you. So with the sink here, you're doing everything. You can make the dough, you can roll out noodles, you can do the dishes, it's and still interact with the family. And I think that's, everybody I talk to, they want that as well. I mean, I do. I know I do. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And finally, what do you think about a cooktop versus a range, and then having the 2 ovens?
Well, I love it. First,
stacked.
I do believe you always have to have gas. It cooks.
Yeah.
I won't call myself a chef, but I love to cook, and gas is the best. And that oven situation is completely completely the most organized, best thing that you can do. Because honestly, think about when you have to lean down with, you got a big thing of lasagna, and you have to open your oven and lean down. You're like going way down. This, pull down, put it in. Pull down, put it in. I mean,
That's
and then
true.
you have 2. It is the only kind of oven you should have. That's how at my age, having a lot of ovens in my life, I know now it's that one, and you need a gas top stove.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Okay. Well, I like gas because I cook stir fries for us, and I cannot get electric hot enough.
Yeah.
It's just
It's uneven.
yeah, and the chicken's rubbery, but you put gas and it starts to burn a little and caramelize, and you get really great flavors. Anyway, I just really like this, and see, the breakfast area is so large that's where you'd probably be eating all the time anyway.
Yeah, that would serve as your dining room. So
Yeah.
the dining room that's up front could be your office. They're just separate. Like I was mentioning, there's a jog. They're not in one large room, but
Yes.
it could definitely be. And I think it would work out well. It's it's bright and sunny in this house, so
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of windows. It's really
a lot
nice.
of windows.
And that was the butler's kitchen. You could cook in the back without messing up the front, kind of thing.
Sure
But
could.
the thing is that this is really wide and open. I think open floor plans are, well, I've always loved them because I grew up in a home that had an open floor plan, and it was just really nice. Now this house has a loft, and the thing about the lofts are, I've actually seen like high school students studying in the loft, so because it's a nice place to study. And if you have children and they bring friends over, they can hang out in the loft. They don't have to hang out in their bedroom, kind of thing.
Right.
So that's pretty nice. You also are giving up a potential other bedroom.
Yes,
it's just,
you are.
So
Well, it depends on what your family needs. So
There you go.
I think this is an awesome thing for a family with children.
yeah,
This isn't something that I look for. It
Right.
doesn't. It does. It's not.
we don't have children.
Yeah, it doesn't serve me. This area is kind of wasted basically because, like I said, we always work from home. We have a home office. I really wouldn't want it upstairs, so I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
do that to it. And we wouldn't be hanging out up there. We would be hanging out down in the kitchen and family room.
Right, exactly.
So it would kind of be wasted area. I'd probably like make it my library or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If although right now, if you're having it built brand new, you could choose whatever you want.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
But later on, that is something that I'm wondering how the loft concept is going to play out in the future, because I've only just, and I can be wrong. I'm not saying I'm infallible, but I think that I've only seen it in the last 5 to 10 years.
Yes, we started to see it in the Toll Brothers houses in Florida.
Yep.
And I didn't like it for myself, like I said, but I could see the need for it with 3 or 4 kids.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Yes, it does. So now this bedroom, the master suite, is it's large. It's really nice. They have a lot of windows, which brings the light in, and the beams on the ceiling just give it like a, I don't want to say a French feel, because it feels more trendier than that. What do you think about the styling of the, not the macrame on the wall or any of that, but I mean, just the layout of the master suite?
Oh, I like the layout of the master suite. I think it has a nice area, and you could have extra furniture in it if you need it. If you're the type of person that doesn't use your closets and you like large or small size drawers, dressers. I can see it working for both types of people. I would put everything in this closet.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
closet.
I don't want a dresser out. I would, obviously something
Yeah.
with a lamp, but this is my dresser. This is where all of our clothes would go.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I love the closet.
I do too. And the only thing here, let me back up a second. This, I love the closet too. It actually has drawers, like it has a
Right.
dresser built in.
They have, because of the price range, it's a custom closet. So
Yeah.
everything should go in there.
Right. It's true. The only thing I wanted to point out is there's a tub and a shower. It's a double shower, and it's large. The one thing about it for me, and I didn't ask Michael, so I don't know, it probably has radiant flooring, something that keeps it warm.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
I would think it does.
I would think it would too. That's the only thing I'm thinking about is I don't use a tub. I never do. So it's just art at that point,
Yes, I agree.
for us. And the shower is first off, gorgeous. I mean, the marble that they have in there is amazing. I'm just worried that it would be cold
because of the area. It's so large to take a shower in.
Yes.
And I really think it would not be.
Okay.
I think that is taken care of. We haven't had a bathroom that has had a shower that large, so we're not sure. But
Yeah.
I am pretty much sure that there's no way anybody would want to, hang out in a cold tub the whole time they were in there. So I'm thinking that, like you said, there's radiant flooring,
Yep.
all the kinds of things. And, I'm sure there's many customized things in there that you could do. Like, we probably wouldn't have that tub. We would just say,
Right. We don't want the tub.
Yeah, I don't need a tub in here. Don't put a tub in here.
Yeah, exactly. But what about that bench in the shower?
Yeah.
Amazing,
Yeah. Well,
easy to wash your feet.
There you go.
You can sit down and scrub your feet.
Well, and I think it is aesthetically pleasing. It is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, I'm not worried about being cold in there. I'm worried about that huge window of, being naked. So I would want, like a frosting or something.
Yeah.
That maybe you could even turn off or on that glass.
Nice. Yeah. that nice glass.
Just for a little more
frosts.
privacy.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be cool. And I'm sure the upgrade is available.
I'm sure it is too.
So as this goes back out, there's another good view of the master suite. And so this home has 3 bedrooms and a master suite, so 4 bedrooms altogether. And this bedroom right here is really nice because it's kind of hidden. I mean, it's in this part of the, like what I'm trying to say is they designed it as if your child was a medical student. And I think because of the positioning in the house, I never thought about this before, but because of the positioning where it's at, it actually would be perfect for a medical student or a
because it's
a
like
college
it's
student.
like its own apartment somehow, even though it doesn't have a kitchen in there. The way that it's situated in the second story, it you don't even really realize there's a bedroom there,
right?
Which is odd because it's right there in the hallway. However, it's just really neat. I agree. It looks like it's your oldest child.
Yes, exactly. Your oldest child would love that.
Yeah,
and they would feel private. The other thing about this community is it's in Cumming, right? South Forsyth County, south of Cumming, and it's near 400. So, but it's also near Fowler Park, and it's actually on the Greenway.
Yes. I mean, it is one of the most ideal locations in Forsyth County that I've seen. I mean, not only are the things that you just mentioned, and there are literally hundreds of things to do in just the park, the Greenway, but also this area grew so fast. You have new grocery stores. I mean, this might sound silly to some people, but knowing that there's a brand new Kroger's or relatively brand new Kroger that you can go to, that has a wine bar, and I mean, it's like the area is awesome and it's not too congested, and you could walk to Fowler Park. You could, I think I'd say the Kroger's is 1.5 miles away. Vickery, which is another new community that has really a lot of fun shopping and restaurants. It's within 2 miles. I mean, you're literally in the middle of everything. I mean, I think it's a very, a really good community to consider if it's in your price range. I mean, it has the best of everything.
I agree. I mean, so we like to walk every day, and to be able to walk right out the back of the community onto the Greenway and then be able to walk 17 miles if you wanted.
Yeah. Well, that's just in Forsyth. You could just keep on walking and go to Fulton if you wanted to do have a bike, you take your bike down.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we live now in Fulton County near the Greenway.
Yeah.
So, it's a very wonderful amenity to all of us residents because of the counties, because you can jump on at so many points and really get your exercise in. Yeah,
exactly. And as Shelly said, Fowler Park is like right there. You could walk to it. Well, if you had children, Fowler Park has a recreation facility. They have fields, so soccer, baseball, football, tennis.
A skate park,
Yeah.
a fitness, a gym inside the rec center that you can be a member of,
Yeah.
a walking
Basketball.
track, basketball.
Yeah.
Yep. Tennis.
Yoga. I mean, just everything.
Pickleball. Yeah.
Yeah. The Parks and Recreation of Forsyth County has really stepped up and has a lot of recreational activities for
Year round.
for all ages, right?
Yep.
There's a big dog park there.
Yes, there is.
So
It's used a lot.
yeah. So, I mean, this is like a really nice community in a really great area of Forsyth County. And if, you're so inclined, I think you should check it out.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I think that gives you some idea into what we think about homes in general. And also Brookmeade and Toll Brothers Brookmeade, but also an idea about the future of the podcast. And Shelly's may not always be public, but at least she's behind the camera and is around. So I just thought I'd like to introduce you and.
Great, because I always like talking about homes and
I
seeing
know.
new homes. It's a hobby.
Exactly, and
I mean,
that's
it's a desire that I want a home, but it's also a hobby. I enjoy seeing it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. It's really great. So, as always, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.